In 30 years and 22 countries, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've checked a bag to a destination. On the way home, though, that's a different story because some adult liquid souvenirs need to be checked. Look, I'm not the person who packs 4 things and suffers through it, and I'm definitely not hauling 3 huge bags onto a Greek ferry. I value mobility, but I do like options. Having the right outfit for a rooftop dinner and the proper shoes for a strenuous hike. There's a middle ground and nobody talks about it. It's called the Trifecta System, and by the end of this video, you're going to want to repack every bag you've ever packed. Hey there, I'm Karen, and this is Karen Roams, where I document what travel looks like when you're not trying to do it perfectly. Today, I'm packing for 16 days in Greece, and I want to show you exactly what goes into my bag. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a roamie, you already know I tend to do things differently. So here's the concept, and it's simpler than it sounds. Most people either overpack for every situation or underpack for one situation. This is the middle ground. 3 categories, 3 outfits each category. We have a going out, an exploring, and a comfort. That's it. No spreadsheet, no pre-packing list, no color-coded system that takes longer than the actual trip. I start by pulling more than I need, easily a dozen tops and a dozen bottoms. And then I edit. Do I have 2 things that are already a similar color? Do I have too many tanks and not enough t-shirts? Or too many t-shirts and not enough tanks? And sometimes it just comes down to comfort versus the look. And for me, comfort always wins. Everything that makes the cut has to work with most everything else in the bag. By the time everything is on my bed and I've made those calls, the bag basically packs itself. Now I've tried other systems. The Sudoku method is clever, and I know it works for a lot of people, and I love the idea of minimalism. I'm just not willing to live on 4 outfits and a prayer, or spend my vacation nights hunched over a bathroom sink doing laundry. There's minimalism, and then there's suffering. I know which side I'm on. Here's why the 3 categories make sense for the way I actually travel. I typically wear 3 different things in a day. Something casual in the morning for exercise or an urban hike. Something a little bit more put together in the afternoon for sightseeing and museums, maybe a cafe lunch. And something nicer in the evening for dinner or a rooftop bar. Not all days look the same, of course, but that's the point of a fluid capsule wardrobe. And since you're not wearing each outfit for a full day, you can usually get more than one wear out of each thing before having to wash it. The key is that everything mostly matches, same color family, pieces that can mix and move between categories. The color family for me will often shift depending on the season, the destination, and how things are fitting at the moment. You know how that goes. I almost always pack a fair amount of denim because it goes with nearly everything and you can dress it up or dress it down as the situation calls for. And honestly, today's denim is mostly cotton, so it's not the heavy, takes forever to dry material that it used to be. The point is, you're not packing 9 separate outfits. You're building a mini capsule wardrobe that works together. More combinations, same bag. All right, we're going to start with my going out outfits. My going out category is for the moments that call for a little more. Nice restaurant, rooftop bars, that reservation you've been looking forward to. Everything in this category has to clean up nice, but still be comfortable enough to walk in, because Google Maps has put me in the wrong location more than one time. Here's the thing about the going out clothes that nobody really says. When I'm dressed up on a rooftop bar in a brand new city, I feel like I've earned it, and that feeling is worth packing for. I also think about double duty. A dress or a skirt that hits below the knee works for evenings out or churches and temples. A scarf can dress up a simple take the chill off when the evening cools down, or serve as a cover-up when you wander into a cathedral mid-sightseeing day. One piece and a lot of jobs. You just need a few pieces that can rise to the occasion. Okay, here's what I'm bringing for this particular trip. I've got a nice long little black dress. I've got some long pants. And those will pair nicely with this little tank top. And then I also have a long skirt because I got a little bit burnt in Thailand. My skirts weren't long enough, so they made me wear the communal ones. And a top that goes with it. I also have brought this scarf that'll serve as my cover-up, and it goes with pretty much everything on here. Next up are the exploring outfits. These are the pieces that have to play well with others. They need to either coordinate up to the going out outfits or coordinate down to the comfort. They're the connective tissue of the whole system. Denim shorts, capris, cotton shirts, and tanks that pull from the same color family as both my going out and my casual pieces. That's the mini capsule wardrobe doing its job. This is also where I get opinionated about pockets. I don't like carrying a purse. Sometimes I'll take my crossbody bag with me, but when I'm out exploring, I want my hands free and my stuff secure. No pockets is often a deal breaker for me. These are the outfits you'll live in. They need to earn it. So what I'm bringing for my comfort category, this tank that goes with these canvas shorts, denim shorts that go with this cotton shirt, and capris that go with this little tank. I don't know if you can quite see it, but so far, everything can go with everything. And the final category is comfort outfits. These comfort outfits are the unsung heroes of the bag. Nobody's photographing these, and that's fine. They're not here to be cute, they're here to work. Most packing videos skip this category almost entirely, like comfort clothes are something to be ashamed of. But here's the truth. Even on vacation, especially on vacation, you want to feel comfortable in your own skin. And you don't want to be halfway up a muddy trail worrying about how soon laundry day is. The comfort category is your permission slip. Get muddy, sweat through it, wear it to bed. That's what it's there for. I usually pack at least one pair of exercise tights because they pull triple duty. I use them for working out, for hiking, and honestly just surviving a long travel day. And I also pack a sweatshirt because no matter where you're going, airports can be freezing, hotels can crank the AC, and the weather can have a sense of humor. The rest is graphic tees, tanks that can go from the trail to the bed to the laundry day without anyone raising an eyebrow, including me. And here's something you almost never see in other packing videos. These same casual pieces double as my beach cover-up. I don't pack a separate one. A tank and a pair of cotton shorts over a swimsuit to get to the pool or the beach, that's all I need. And it's one less thing in the bag. So for this trip, I've brought this little hoodie sweater. This is actually merino wool, so I won't have to wash it very often. And it shouldn't start to smell too bad. And then I have the aforementioned exercise tights that I usually pair with a white tank top, a pair of cotton shorts that I pair with one of my favorite graphic tees, and then a second pair of cotton shorts. I wear these a lot, and another tank top. So there you have it. That's the comfort section. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but almost everything completely coordinates with almost everything else. Shoes can make or break a packing strategy. I have strong feelings about this. 3 pairs, that's it. And every single one has to be comfortable, work with almost anything in the bag, and not take up half the suitcase. My formula is a solid walking shoe, a sandal, and a flip-flop. The walking shoe goes on my feet on travel day. Wear your bulkiest pair. The sandal handles everything from dinner to wandering, and the flip-flop is for the beach, the pool, and maybe a hotel shower. The rule that keeps me honest is if a shoe only works with one outfit, it doesn't come. Every pair has to earn its spot. And if beach days aren't on the itinerary, I'd swap the flip-flop for maybe a boat shoe, Same logic, different trip. The shoes I've opted to bring on this trip are my running shoes that also double as my trail shoes. These little leather sandals, I mean, leather's kind of like denim, it goes with everything, but in this case it really does go with almost everything. And then I love reef flippies because I think they're super comfortable. So these also go in the bag. Now let's talk about laundry because this is where the trifecta math actually shines. 3 outfits per category means I can go 5 to 6 days before I need to think about washing anything. I'm not doing hotel sink laundry every night. I'm on vacation. I'm not on a laundry tour. I do bring laundry sheets for the occasional sink wash, but they also work at a laundromat, although I use them as a last resort, not a daily system. Around day 8 to 10, I do a full proper laundry run. In a lot of Latin American and Southeast Asian countries, you can drop off about 10 pounds of laundry and get it back washed, dried, and folded the next day for around $25. That's one of the great things about traveling to some of those locations. Everywhere else though, including Europe on this trip, it's either the hotel machines or a vacation evening at a laundromat with a good book or a bar nearby. And honestly, doing laundry once or twice, depending on the length of the trip, I don't really mind at all. There's something grounding about catching up on emails or reading a book while your clothes dry. And there's nothing like having everything freshly folded and put away mid-trip. It's just as satisfying as when you have laundry done at home. Now let's talk about packing cubes. They're like dresser drawers for your suitcase. They keep things tidy and organized. And once you start using them, you'll never go back to just throwing everything in and hoping for the best. I use 3. The largest one is for pants and bottoms. The medium one is for shirts and tops. And the smallest one holds swimsuits, bras, and a couple of camisole tank tops. The underwear and socks go into a shoe bag, and this fills up dead space in your bag nicely. Everything gets folded or rolled vertically, so when I open a cube, I can see every single item at once without digging. I can see at a glance what's still clean and what it might coordinate with. No surprises on day 5 when you thought you had a clean top and you didn't. The packing cube is the boss. If it doesn't fit, you're bringing too much. I will sometimes bring 1 or 2 compression cubes, but only for a single bulky item like a sweatshirt or a heavy jacket. Compression for everything else is just a trap in my opinion. It tricks you into thinking you can pack more than you should, and the next thing you know, your carry-on is over the weight limit. A lot of international carries restrict overhead bag weight, and those fees are not a fun souvenir. My underwear and socks are quick and practical. I pack around 9 pairs of underwear, enough to get me to that day 8 to 10 laundry run without having to sink wash anything, because if I can avoid sink laundry, I will. Socks I keep minimal, about 3 pairs. For a warm weather trip, I'm mostly in sandals or flip-flops anyway, so socks are really just for travel days and the occasional hike. That's it. Nothing too complicated. Now I'll just show you what goes in the smallest bag. I usually pack around 5 different sports bras because that's mostly what I wear now. And then I also bring a nice bra. I bring 2 swimsuits because I do not love putting on a wet swimsuit. And then the 3 little camisole tank tops. Let's get them packed up. All right, here's my suitcase. It's just an inexpensive carry-on that I bought at TJ Maxx or someplace like that. I do have a nicer Osprey bag that I like to take that fits more European sizes, but unfortunately my daughter is stealing that this trip, so this is the bag we're using. In here, I have a laundry bag and my little laundry detergent sheets. They're ready to go. But I don't usually put my tennies in my bag because they're bulky and I'm going to wear them on the travel day anyway. That's it. There's nothing complicated here. But now we're going to talk about my toiletry bag. If you've ever come home from a vacation needing a vacation, well, my friend, you're ruining your own trips. And I get it because I did it for a lot of years. I put together a guide called Stop Ruining Your Own Vacation. It's 13 steps, it's free, and I haven't come home exhausted since. The link is in the description below. My toiletry bag is one of those things that lives packed all the time. I leave it as it is and I mostly replenish as I go. Sometimes when I get home, but I don't mind doing it abroad also. Replenishing as you go is one of those small shifts that makes travel feel less like a production. I keep shampoo bars in this. You can put the wet soap in it and it dries without getting your stuff wet. I have Q-tips and dental flossers, my toothbrush, a couple of razors. These are my dental tabs. These are just backup. I usually just buy toothpaste when I'm there. Toothpaste and shampoo is something you can buy anywhere in the world, and I'm not usually picky enough about them to waste space on a full bottle. As far as my makeup goes, I just use my almost spent makeup, and it's very minimal. When I run out, I just throw it away. It's never anything too special. I keep a hairbrush and tweezers, a cuticle pusher, some ponies, a nail file, and a handy little sewing kit. So all of this fits in my travel bag, and it does have a hanger so that you can hang it off the nasty counters, or in Europe, sometimes non-existent countertops. You can hang it on a towel bar. Now, this is my liquids bag. This bag has a little compartment that I put this in so that I can just easily pull it out and put it on the conveyor at TSA. But you can see it's pretty minimalist. There's deodorant, hair serum, sunscreen, a small lotion, face cream, bug spray. That's about it. And when I run out of something on the road, I just buy whatever is available locally. My current deodorant is from Fiji, and I gotta be honest, every time I smell this deodorant, it takes me back. It's kind of a fun way to remember some of your former trips. I definitely bring almost empty things on purpose so that I can use them on the trip and throw them away before I fly home. No guilt, no clutter, no liquid restriction drama. One more thing, I don't bring electronic hair tools. They don't tend to convert well to other power systems in different countries. And I'm not hauling bulky converters and a bulky hairdryer or straightener. That's just not how I roll. A hotel hairdryer does the job, and that's fine for me. Also, this little guy snaps to my tripped travel gear bag so that it'll all hang together once you get to your location. So you can see here, I didn't need to sit on it to get it closed. And when you're out and about, this one does open up, but for carry-on days, we got to keep it zipped together. There's a laptop pocket where I put my liquids so that it's easy for me to grab at TSA. You can see the bag still closes without any trouble. I also, on travel days, this is actually an exercise band, but I put it on my bag and it does double duty as well. It keeps my bag tight in case it gets destroyed and the zipper breaks, and I sometimes use it while I'm on the road. This is my personal item, and it's basically my mobile command center. Everything in here is either something I need access to during the journey, or something I'm not willing to risk in the overhead or if my bag gets gate checked. All right, let's talk about what lives in the bag all the time. I do like that it has a clamshell design for opening. To start with, in the front, I've got some Altoids and some gum that live in here. I've got a little mag light for a flashlight. I've got this handy little travel tool that I can prop my phone on. I've got a hotel notepad. I've got pencil and pens for customs forms. And I've got a little coffee and tea stash for when you get somewhere late at night and you need your coffee in the morning. This has saved me more than once. The other things that mostly stay in here, I've got a couple pairs of sunglasses that stay in this front pocket. This is my electronics bag. It's not quite full yet, but it holds earbuds, cords, boxes, most of my electronic stuff. This is my medicine bag. It lives in here as well. You can see I can get it all zipped up, but we'll go through this in a minute. This always stays in here. In this little pouch right here, I've got hand sanitizers and Clorox wipes for those nasty plain trays. Okay. And then this is a little shoe pocket in my Osprey bag. This is actually a cycle commuter bag. So it has a spot to put your shoes and a spot up front to put your helmet, which is where I'll show you later. I'll put my sun hat. Canned koozies, because nobody likes a warm beer. Playing cards and Yahtzee, because I've spent some really fun rainy days at an Irish pub anywhere in the world, making new friends, playing dice. A small pair of travel binoculars. A cheap IKEA umbrella. I've probably had it for 20 years and it probably cost $5. It's saved me from rain and it's saved me from the hot sun. A little travel grocery bag. This goes in the side pocket. Nice for grocery days so you don't have to pay for a bag. Some places won't even let you pay for a bag. This is my packable travel blanket. It goes in the other side. And the nice thing about this guy is he often doubles as a beach blanket or a little travel pillow, whatever I need. But most things in my bag, especially this bag, do double duty. Consider me the Alton Brown of the travel world. The only thing that's a unitasker is my passport. So then we have an Acer travel adapter. This has USB ports and it adapts to any plug in the world. My travel journal. There's nice pockets for this since this is a commuter backpack. It's designed to hold a computer. My computer. I haven't gotten the cord in here yet, but you get the idea. So we can start zipping this up a little. I do leave space for this cup. I like to have just some water on the airplane that I can take after security. And it's also great for having a little bevy by the pool or at the beach. This is my crossbody bag. I'll get to that in a minute. But you can see that this actually has a strap to keep your hat on. And I love this because these little straps go across and my hat doesn't usually get destroyed. It tucks in there pretty nice usually. But even if my hat does get destroyed, this was a $5 hat from Vietnam. So I'll just get another one. Neck pillow and eye mask. And usually I wrap this around here just to make sure everybody's protected. Then I bring a baseball cap. I like to run, and this is my favorite thing to run with. So I just feed this strap across here. You can see it gets pretty big since it's made for a bicycle helmet. Everything's strapped on. The hat's fairly protected from damage and nothing's going anywhere. So my crossbody bag, I tend to leave enough room to toss this in the top because it is so handy to not reach into your bag every 15 minutes when you're on a plane. Sometimes if I'm wearing a hoodie, I just stuff it in there because it does count as a personal item. They will make you put it away or they will charge you. What I have in here, I have a battery bank, earbuds, glasses, charging cord for the plane. I will end up putting my currency in here, as well as my passport. And then the final thing is my medicine bag. I don't carry a lot of medicine because I can find most things while I'm abroad. I do carry enough Advil because that's necessary. If I feel like I'm getting a cold, they're zinc tablets and it'll knock it down. Melatonin. This is not easy to find abroad, so I try to bring plenty. Polysporin. Lip balm for those dry airplanes. Tums, because, yeah. I try to also bring charcoal pills because those aren't very easy to find abroad either. Band-Aids. Gas-X. Motion sickness patches. A small thermometer. Throat lozenges. And maybe one of the most important things, earplugs. Now in here, I have assorted medicines. I just keep them in their little packets and I just bring a small amount. But I have Benadryl, Imodium, antidiarrheal, Alka-Seltzer cold medicine, just enough to last for a day until I can find what I need. And that's about it. You can see it all fits in my bag nicely. Another thing I put in here is physical guidebooks. I'm old school and I write in the margins, so don't at me. I keep a journal and a pen because some moments deserve more than a caption. One more thing, this backpack is also my hiking pack. The computer and the books come out, snacks and waters go in, and maybe a swimsuit or a towel. The medicine bag stays, the umbrella stays, the binoculars stay. It's already packed. I just swap a few things and walk out the door. As far as loading these bags go, it's really just a game of Tetris. My packing philosophy lives somewhere between minimalist and Cher Horowitz, and I'm okay with that. The only rule that matters is that they close without a fight. If you're sitting on it to get the zipper to work, you've packed too much. Here's what I want you to walk away with. Not a perfect packing list, but confidence. Confidence that you have enough, that you've made smart choices, and that your bag is working for you instead of the other way around. A lot of us chase the perfect vacation, the perfect outfit, the perfect hotels, the perfect everything. But the perfect vacation isn't about how much you spend or if you wore the same outfit twice. It's about how present you were when you were there. What you save in money, time, and mental load might just be the difference between 2 trips a year or 3 trips a year. Think about that. So find your middle ground, pack with intention, and I'll link some of the things I use down in the description. Just a heads up, those are affiliate links, which means I earn a small commission at no cost to you. It's one of the ways I keep this channel going, and I only ever link things I actually use. So come find me at KarenRomes.com. And if you want more of this, packing guides, destination deep dives, the honest version of what travel actually looks like, join my newsletter and become a Roamie. We'd love to have you. Until next time, go get lost on purpose.